Let's get it started just like this. Welcome to the Hardway Project. Step in the ring, it ain't no back
to the podcast. Welcome to the Hardway Project. This is a special episode, a build up to WrestleMania. We're going to talk about WrestleMania. It's happening this weekend. This is WrestleMania week. Again, I'm here with my co-host, John Mark. John Mark, what's up, brother?
Hey, Charles, great to see you, my brother. I don't know about you, dude, but this week we do this as our leisure, man. We do this as a hobby, and man, work kicked my butt this week, man. So it is nice just to take an hour to talk to my man Charles about our favorite thing.
I feel the same, dude. I feel the same. We had to squeeze this one in, man. We've been meaning to squeeze it in for a few days now, but we finally got some time. So, and it's been on my mind, man. One of the biggest things on my mind is this. Obviously, we're talking WrestleMania, the lack of buildup, man. What do you think about that, man? Give me your thoughts on that, brother.
I mean, it's there's been a lot of talk about prices. There's been a lot of talk about, man, I don't go to WrestleMania not expecting to drop a ton of cash. Between, I think it's up to $1,700 now. Packages, it's crazy.
McAfee said, hey, if you buy tickets from this day to Raw, you 25% off.
Yeah, that's right. I guess
you still hate it though.
Yeah. I mean, so ticket prices don't bother me because like everything, NFL, Major League Baseball, everything is just through the roof right now. Eggs, meat, you name it, right? The ticket prices don't bother me. As a consumer, I can choose not to go because it's just too expensive, right? But what bothers me, and I think, is the buildup. There's not a single storyline or going on right now. Some are good, but there's no storyline that says, dude, I have got to carve out 2 hours, 3 hours on a Saturday or Sunday night to watch WrestleMania and see how this gets resolved in the ring. Not a single one.
Right. There's no compelling stories, right? There was, like I said, lack of buildup, right? And all these storylines, and we'll go through them, just feel safe. Feel like we already kind of know what's going to happen. They feel very safe. There's no wild card. I think, interjecting McAfee, Pat into the mix with the main event. I think, that was kind of a wild card at the last minute. I think it feels like it was thrown together the last minute because they knew there was no buildup.
Yeah, agreed, Charles. And, we can talk more about McAfee as we get deeper into the episode. I mean, I think McAfee's doing what he's been asked to do. I think he's doing it well. The question is, who wanted McAfee back? We'll never know if this was something that Paul Levesque wanted back, Stephanie McMahon wanted back, or if TKO wanted him back, right? Like, to me, the answer to that question tells you a lot about the state of the business right now, which is sad because as we're going to see, like on paper, I'm looking at the card right now, there's a lot of talent out there. And again, like the talent is there. There's like Hall of Fame talent.
So much talent.
It's a stacked card. And it seems like such a waste because like, it's not about going in there and doing big spots and doing some shocking move in the ring. That's not what wrestling is about as a mark, right? I don't speak it for a wrestler, but for me, like I want to see storylines. I want to see conflicts resolved on the mics, in the ring. And it's just not the build up and all the storylines leading up to it just aren't doing it for me, Charles.
I agree. I think there's more talent, in-ring talent, than there is outside the ring talent when it comes to creative and whatever that is behind the scenes. Whether it's just the creative and how I think wrestlers now don't have the autonomy to kind of create their own storylines or do what they want to do, where it's all, it's produced. Yep. It's safe.
Yep.
You're not going to get a New Jack promo, right? That would spice things up, right?
Yeah, but that would spice things up.
You're not. Yeah,
you just want to
feel safe. Yeah, let's do it, bro. Yeah. Let's do it. You want to start with the main event?
Sure, we can do the main event. So let's start with night 2 main event. I'm looking forward to it. Punk versus Roman, man. So I want to hear what you have to say about that. I'm stoked. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think it's good, man. I think Punk Roman. I know that this is probably your favorite match build up. I think there is some real heat there between the two. They don't like each other, and I believe that's real. To a certain extent, obviously you have the heat, whereas Punk came up and paid his dues and yada, 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 like we talked about earlier. And then Roman's kind of a Nepo baby, as Punk would say. But I think Roman's paid his dues too. I think that angle can only go so far because Roman, yeah, he is, a third generation wrestler. I get that. But, people don't know Roman has wrestled with blood cancer for years now. If that's not putting in work and paying your dues, I don't know what is, man. So I think that angle's kind of played out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, one thing I will say about the build up to this, obviously Punk's got like the best mic skills. Like I think in the current roster, you may have a different opinion. He's not the best of all time for sure, but Punk is really good on the mic. I will say Roman, his game got better in those promos in the build up. He got better on the mic, and I think he crescendoed nicely. His last promo I thought in particular was pretty daggone good. You can tell that some of his acting training is, getting put to good use. But the only thing I'll say is, to your point, this seems like a safe match. We know, you and I both know Punk is going to win this thing, because does that mean that Roman's going to carry the strap? I mean, if he does, then that's one of those wild cards you were talking about, right? If Roman Reigns actually says, oh crap, he's actually going to be a fighting champion, he's going to carry the strap, okay, that is cool. That would be an exceptional end to WrestleMania. But if I were a betting man, I'd say Punk's going to do it, is going to win it just for that reason alone. And also Roman has won WrestleMania. This is Punk's first as a headliner. It's hard for me to see them doing that. But if they didn't, and Roman walks out the champ, ooh, buddy, that would be a good outcome, a fun outcome.
I think, I don't know what the storylines after this will be, but if that happens, if Roman walks out with the strap, I think he drops it shortly after, and a new storyline kind of evolves from that.
Yeah, maybe a Jacob Fatu storyline.
That would be nice, dude. That would be nice. I think once Braun Breaker recovers, I think, because he's out with an injury, he had a hernia, and that's why you don't see him. But I think once he recovers, I think he's going to be injected into that storyline as well.
Yeah.
Somewhere for the heavyweight.
It's not like completely impossible. And I, for one, would love to see that, simply because that would show the WWE has some backbone, right? But it comes down to, can Roman do it, right? Can he physically do it, and does he have the time to do it? Of course, now with two events per week, I don't know, maybe he could. I don't know. I'm not a wrestler.
Yeah. You think about it, right? Like, what if, and this is just me spitballing, right? And I just kind of thought of this. So you have the Punk versus WWE, right? They never seen eye to eye. Punk left. Him and Triple H don't like each other. What if Triple H interjects himself and screws Punk somehow?
Yeah. I mean,
so you have that angle. That'd be a crazy angle.
I do believe that looking at, the road, we'll talk about Rhodes Orton later, match has the potential for a wild card as well. This is the one where you put like a crazy ending, an unexpected twist into it, it could come off really strong. This could be set the table for a very good, run into SummerSlam. So I don't know.
And I'll tell you, man, Punk's wrestling isn't, I really don't think it's there anymore. He's old, man. Like, you can see it in the ring. He's a little slow.
Yeah.
It's, so I really think kind of Punk's almost at the end of his like main card type,
100%
level.
And he's not going to be able to hide behind like, I've never been a headliner anymore. Like, that's run its course now, because he has been, right.
To his own demise. He's done it to himself.
Yeah.
So I don't
on that.
I don't feel sorry for him or have like buy that angle at all. Like, dude, you did it to yourself. You left the business for 10 years where you could have been running with Roman that whole time.
Yeah. All right, man. The one that you and I have been talking about for a while, we called it together. The women's championship strap, Jade Cargill, Ray Ripley.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, man, listen, I honestly think this is probably the best. Screw women, screw men's, whatever. I think this is the best buildup that we've had. I think Jay's got tons of heat as a heel. She's done her job.
Yes, she has.
People love Rhea. She is at the top of her game. She is, they're both 1As in the women's division. And I really think this is the match I want to see the most. I think Mike's skills both have gotten better. Both are good. Wrestling, I think obviously Rhea's top of her game. Jade is getting better by I think every match, man, she gets a little bit better that I see. She doesn't wrestle that much. That's my what I wish she would wrestle more.
Yeah.
She just comes in spots. I think her wrestling is obviously lacking behind her aura and her ring presence, but that's to be expected because again, she didn't pay her dues. She didn't come up through the indies. She don't have a lot of wrestling experience, and for her to be in a main event like this really tells you something about her, just aura and her in-ring presence.
Yeah, agreed. And, what I hope to see is a heated kind of physical match. Like, that's because they both put off that vibe, right? Like, you step in the
Like
ring.
a hardcore, like hardcore, like let's take it out the ring, let's slam each other through tables,
I
stuff
can
like
see
that.
Yeah. And I can see it. And I think it would be very, this is a great opportunity. It is, like, you could argue she's top of the business. She's that good. This is a great opportunity for Jade to put all her, people can say that, I still believe she was probably injured, would be my best guess. I've never seen a champion not wrestle before as much. But this is a chance for her to shut her critics down right here, right now. And she goes out, has a hard-hitting match, and I think that regardless of who walks out with the strap, it's a tremendous opportunity for Jade to really elevate her career and to get taken to, I take her seriously, but by some marks, self-righteous marks, to take her seriously, right? So I think it's a great opportunity for her, and I'm looking for her to have a good performance. And then people won't remember if she does that. People will not remember her title run leading up to it. They'll remember her for a great performance at Mania, and that's what she needs to deliver.
She definitely needs that. I think, and I'm just a mark like you, right? But like every time I see her wrestle or like see her in spots, she's wearing high-heeled boots, and I'm like, that can't be easy. You're not like top of your game on wrestling right now, and you're wearing high heel boots. Like, that's just, botch central, man. Like, hopefully she doesn't, aesthetic wise, I don't mind it, right? But like, wear some real wrestling boots and let's see let's give it a go.
Yeah, and I think that Rhea has taken her bumps. Jade has laid the smackdown on her. They've had a pretty brief run up, because they haven't had like a 6 month, 7 month beef. It's been pretty, since it's been pretty like short runway. And during that time, like, Jade has definitely gotten the upper hand as a heel. And so I, for one, am excited about it. Okay. This is the one I know you're pumped about. And again, this is another one that you and I called. Obafemi versus Brock.
I'll be honest. I like it, but I don't love it. And I don't love it because you know what's going to happen. Brock's going to put Oba over.
Yeah.
Agreed. Like,
Yeah. Agreed.
I love both wrestlers, but the storyline sucks.
Yeah.
You have monster versus monster, but you know what's going to happen. So it's not must-see TV.
Yeah. Agreed. And it sucks for Oba, because Brock is, his career is behind him and he's made a bunch of money. But like, it sucks for Oba because with a really powerful and intriguing storyline, right? It's one thing to get put over in the ring in a physical monsters match, right? A battle of the Titans. It's another thing to get put over in a really kind of in a heated rivalry, right? One that gets really built up. I will say the whole Paul Heyman angle is kind of interesting, and it makes you wonder if that's one of those things that's gonna pop out at Mania, is that Heyman is somehow gonna screw over Brock. And he's
like he did last WrestleMania, right?
Exactly. And is now he going to freaking take this young talent and take him like he did with Roman Reigns, like he did with Brock Lesnar?
I like that, where he just comes out and is like, Brock, you're done. Like, I would be stupid because I know you're done with the business type deal, and I'm with the new young beast.
Yeah, and that would be kind of interesting because Oba, he's definitely a baby face, but I can see Oba playing it. I think he would be an awesome heel. I think maybe it's a little too early in his career to heel him up yet.
Yeah.
I see him being as a very menacing baby face. So that's the argument against Heyman, unless you're just going to have Paul Heyman. I don't know. It worked for Roman Reigns and for Brock Lesnar, right? Like
It did. I think Paul Heyman's so good at what he does. He can do anything he wants.
Yeah.
He can have whatever wrestler he wants and make him whoever he wants. And I think, again, for our last podcast, managers, man, we're missing managers. Paul Heyman's the only guy we got out there that can really manage and does it well, does it like at an elite level. So, yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to it. If anything, that ring is going to be that ring is going to get tested, because those two guys, and that is one match. That's the one thing I like about like the big guys fighting, is that, okay, which of these big guys is going to do something a little crazy, like a crazy move that you don't normally see big guys do. I mean, we've seen Brock do that with his at WrestleMania when he did break his neck.
Yeah.
About that, because that was serious. But like, will we see Oba do something that's like a spot for the ages, right? Because he's a big dude, do something that big dudes normally wouldn't do.
I don't know, man. I probably not. I would say just because Brock is just a freak of nature when it comes to athletic ability.
Yeah.
No big dude has ever, I don't think has ever had the athleticism that Brock has. I mean, just from wrestling and then UFC heavyweight champ, then goes back to like it's insane.
Yeah.
And he's one of one, you know?
Yeah, 100%. I'm looking at it. Intercontinental Championship strap, the workhorse strap. Interesting presentation. We got a ladder match featuring Penta, Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, JG McDonough, Rusev, and Rey Mysterio. That's a lot of talent in that ring for a ladder match, man.
Dude, that's probably going to be the best match there is at WrestleMania. I'll be honest, man. All those guys can go. You know, I love Penta, man. I got his mask back here behind me. Huge Penta fan. And the crazy part is Penta is like my age. He's in his mid 40s, I believe, earlier mid 40s. I mean, he's up there, but he still moves. And he's big. He's a big luchador. Like he's a big dude. He's not a Rey Mysterio, and he still moves like that. So I love it, man. But again, there's no intrigue to it, right? It's gonna go when it comes to wrestling, but there's no storyline to it, right? There's no angle to it. You're just gonna see good wrestling, and I see Penta walking out of there with the strap. I don't see a reason why he would drop it to anybody.
Yeah, I agree with you, Charles, on that one. You know, this is definitely like all ladder matches or spot matches, right? And I think that's what they put these guys together for, is a high flying. I mean, they got obviously Rey Mysterio, the GOAT.
Yep, the GOAT
of that style, but like Dragon Lee, Javon, and Penta. And they're
Dragon Lee's so good too, yeah. And then Javon, man, oh my gosh, that dude just jumps off your screen. So yeah.
That's a spot match. So for that match, I'm looking forward to seeing some really exciting in-ring action. I agree with you. The safe money is on Penta. To throw this out to you, man. So typically when guys or gals drop the Intercontinental strap, it's because they're getting ready to go maybe for the World Championship or the undisputed WWE Championship. Now that's interesting.
Very.
I think Penta is over enough where they could potentially set something up for that. Don't know.
Dude, Penta is so over, man. I love it. And then like he has some mic skills as well. For English being a second language, he's had a couple spots on the mic that I think he's done well with.
Yeah.
So
yeah, interesting.
Where luchadors usually don't. They usually don't talk, right?
Yeah. And so as looking at these guys, if Penta were to drop the strap from my perspective, what would make the most sense? I mean, John would make the most sense, right?
Yeah, he's the young guy. Yep.
He's a young guy. He's a worker. Like you can count on him being out there unless he injures himself, which he hasn't done yet. You know, Rey, you know, back in the day, I would say Rey. I don't see Rusev or JD McDonough walking, or, you know, Dragon Lee walking out with the strap. So if it's going to be anyone, it's going to be Javon. And remember, Javon was the last man eliminated, right? During Rumble.
Yep.
So if Penta were to drop the strap, I would suspect that's probably the angle, the direction they would take with it.
Right.
But I agree with you. Safe money's on Penta.
Yeah. No, I like Javon. I think he's future's bright if they put a strap on him this WrestleMania. If they don't, the next SummerSlam, the WrestleMania Royal Rumble, whatever that is, PLE is, he's going to get a strap eventually.
Eventually, indeed. So, no title like the Lesnar Oba match. No title, but an interesting title. Again, the storylines have been pretty. I don't know. I take that back. So let's just put it out there. Finn Balor versus Dom Mysterio. This is a Judgment Day. So there's a little bit of a storyline here. We've been watching the slow disintegration of Judgment Day. So there's that. I don't know what you think of that storyline. Personally, I'm in favor of Judgment Day getting put in the ash heap of history. I think it's run its course. But from a wrestling perspective, Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio could be a really good in-ring match. Those guys are very talented. And there's a lot of training behind that these guys have had around the world that can make for a really good technical match.
Absolutely. Finn Balor's grown on me, and he's come back as a demon, right? So I like that angle. And he's grown on me, man. He's in ring, man. That dude is good, man. Really good. Top tier good. But yeah, you know, I like factions. I think factions are sort of missing right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this is spurring off. I could see Bloodline 2. I could see a LWO, like luchador type faction.
That'd be cool.
You know, with Dragon Lee, Penta, Rey Mysterio. I think we're missing factions, and one thing we're definitely missing tag teams, dude. There's no tag team. Like you have the Usos, right? I wanted to hit on, man. I know this isn't a hot take or anything. He's kind of cooled off, but I think Jey Uso, man, he looks as good in ring. He looks as good as he's ever looked. He's slimmed down. He's gotten in shape, and you can tell he's kind of taking it serious now. And once he lost that heavyweight championship, I think he probably really had to look in the mirror. Like, I wasn't ready, and I wasn't doing what I need to do as a professional wrestler. And I think he's kind of started back, and I mean, taking it serious, and he looks good.
It's a good segue into night one, and the first match tonight is a star-studded. Again, this kills me. Like, there's so much freaking talent on this card, man. Oh, sorry. So the first night is going to be a really interesting one. You got Logan Paul, Austin Theory, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and ISHO Speed versus the Usos and LA Knight. That's a damn good start to WrestleMania, man, from a talent perspective. I mean,
it is.
I mean, and with Logan Paul, I don't think it'll be possible for Logan Paul to ever grow on me. But I will say this: he's actually turning into a pretty good wrestler, man. Like,
absolutely, yeah.
The boy can bring it, man. Like, he's a good heel. So I guess it's
he generates heat, man.
He does. So there you go. I said it. Logan Paul's starting to grow on me a little bit. But like, you put him and ISHO Speed and Austin Theory together, that's a very, like, I hate you guys so much, I want to punch you in the face. Versus, as you mentioned, the Usos, who are over, and LA Knight has got like this very loyal following of fans.
No, absolutely. LA Knight, man, if he just stops botching stuff and being a meathead, I think, bro, like, he would be in the main event. Yeah. He has that talent, and he has that, I think, just aura about him that if he just stops being a meathead, man, and
I know this is gonna, for a San Antonio boy, you're not gonna want to hear this, and I don't. And this isn't a serious comment. I'm just throwing it out there. There are people, when LA Knight first came in, that were making comparisons to Shawn Michaels, that he could turn into that kind of talent, that he could do that. I don't think that he's there by a mile, but like, that he has that same kind of like charisma. But
tons of charisma, dude. Tons of presence in the ring.
Yeah.
A presence outside the ring. He's over. People love him.
Yeah.
But he just keeps on doing meathead stuff in the ring, man, botching stuff, you know?
Yeah. And this is all about the unidentified hooded guy, right? This is the whole storyline of the unnamed hooded guy that was jumping Logan Paul and jumping, all that stuff. And I that's old hat, man. Like, there's got to be something better out there. But whatever.
I think the match is going to kill, man. Like I said, the Usos, man, I think in-ring wise, man, they're as good as I've seen them. They're not sloppy anymore. For the last couple matches I saw, especially Jey, man. Like I said, Jey's really gotten his stuff together in-ring, and he's still, I mean, I'm wearing his hat, man. Like, your dude is still over with the kids like no one's business. So I think he's going to stay in the forefront no matter what WWE wants to or not, just because he sells.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all the Jey Uso haters out there. Okay, like, I hear you, but the guy's good for business, and he is improving on some of the areas that have talked about. Like, he's not. I don't see him blowing up out there anymore, like gasping for air.
Yeah, he stopped with the whole entrance. Thank God,
Yeah. And so, like,
it was cool for a second, but yeah, he was gassed by the time he got to the damn ring.
Yeah, dude, I still remember the first time he did that on Netflix when they opened up Netflix. That was off the charts. Like,
insane.
Yeah, I mean, he's over, man, and he's part of the future of the business. So that's gonna be it. And I'm assuming that these are listed in numerical order. But if that were the opening match, that'd be a freaking killer opening match. That'll set the tone if they execute well. But yeah, I said it. Logan Paul's growing on me. Okay, next.
PLE.
Yeah.
All right. This is the one you've been waiting for, bro. Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre, and it's an unsanctioned match, I'll add.
Yeah, so it's going to be, hardcore, no holds barred. Both guys are built for this type of match. And then I think Fatu, man, sky's the limit, dude. He's so talented, man. He's so talented, man. And like I said, man, I just see like all this Samoan talent.
PLE.
Top tier talent. Obviously, you got Roman, you got the Usos, you got Fatu, you got I'll edit this. Tonga.
Yep.
You have I mean, the list goes on, man. Man, if I was writing, which I'm not, for the WWE, man, it'd be Bloodline 2.0.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then throw LA Knight as like a Sami Zayn,
That would be fun.
right? Like a white boy, like Sami Zayn. I mean, because he's already, he's there with the Usos. The Usos, like him. And man, I just think there's maybe, after the WrestleMania, there's storylines that definitely could evolve from the WrestleMania.
Yeah, 100%. Well, that one I'm going to be watching very closely because my eyes, like you, are on Jacob Fatu and what the company does with him, because he's got, you said it, tons of talent. And I think he can go either way. He can be one of those dangerous baby faces or complicated baby faces, or he could be a straight up heel,
Either way, man, he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And a big guy like him shouldn't move like he moves. Like, he does some stuff that's just like, wow.
Yes, sir. All right, man. One that let's give some love to the women's division. All right, women's world championship. Stephanie Vaquer and Liv Morgan. I, for one, will say I'm really looking forward to this. And the reason for that is, from a storyline perspective, I think this is one of the better ones. You and I have talked about wickering in politics and wickering in controversy. Well, this is it, man.
Yep. Yeah.
This is the one. And this has the potential to have a lot of emotion in it. I think that what happens in the ring is going to be a very clear extension of, I think this could be a very hard hitting, very, very physical match. And it's a good thing because Liv Morgan, people can say what they want to about her. She's obnoxious, that she's playing her role. She's playing her part.
Absolutely.
Take some bumps, dude. And she better be ready because Stephanie Vaquer is going to deal them out. Stephanie wins this one.
Yeah, man. I think I like it for both wrestlers, especially Liv. It breaks her. She's broken away from Dom, right? She's a single now, and she's not under the shadow of Dom anymore. And I think she's main event like talent, man. She's so good. And then Stephanie Vaquer, man, she's top tier. She's elite. She's over as well. I mean, people love her. I think she's a great wrestler. My skills are getting better. They're not top tier, but I mean, yeah, English is a second language, man. But
exactly.
she's
you can tell.
Absolutely, man. So yeah, I'm intrigued by this one. Very intrigued.
This is another one that can have a wild card, because I would not imagine seeing Dirty Dom make some sort of appearance, and I would not imagine seeing Stephanie Vaquer walking out the ring with Dirty Dom. Just saying, that's a possibility, man.
Or with Stephanie Vaquer, her whole like dark persona, like Damian Priest,
could come out.
Right? Like, I think they would match up well together, Damian Priest, because he's got that whole, the same type of a persona. And yeah.
It's tough, right? Because, like, as you mentioned, like Rhea Ripley, she's the top of the business, in my opinion. You could argue she's not. She's number 2 in the business, but she's absolutely top of the women's division. She was a good heel. Like, she was in Judgment Day, right? And she was evil, man. So I don't think Stephanie Vaquer is above going heel. I know she's a baby face now, and she's a damn good one. But, like, I would not be surprised after Mania, maybe during Mania, we see that dark side of her really start to emerge. And then
it's interesting, right? Especially, I think Liv could easily be a babyface. And let's just be honest, right? She's a blonde-haired, white, pretty wrestler. Yeah. She could easily go babyface.
That's her specialty. I mean, she can also heel too, because people don't like people like her.
Right. She makes a great heel, right? That crazy ex-girlfriend you have. Like, that's
absolutely. She's that, man. So I'm gonna be honest now for this next one. I feel bad about this because Becky Lynch is a very accomplished wrestler. I'm not taking anything from her, but I am not excited at all about AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship. I couldn't be less. This is going to be the one where, and it's not because it's a women's division match. Because if I only had to watch one match, I'd watch Rhea and Jade. But like, I'm not. This one doesn't get it for me, man.
Not at all, man. I even forgot they were on the card.
Yeah.
Like, until you said something, I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
And it's amazing because Becky Lynch has had this career, right? Now, maybe but she's not putting someone over. She's our AJ Lee.
They're both long in the tooth, and yeah. It seems like a filler, Yeah,
I agree. And it's a shame. And I don't think that Becky Lynch is, I think she's out of her comfort zone right now. Like, her promos just drive me nuts, and she's had some good ones in the past. But I just think creative is not. I'll blame creative. That's the default. I don't like to blame the talent.
Yeah, she's out of her element, man. I don't think she's not a natural heel.
Yeah,
and yeah,
So our third women's, it's a big night for the women, man. 3 big matches. The women's tag team championships. Nia Jax and Lash Legends. We know their style. We know what they bring. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, and Bailey and Lyra of Valkyria, and then Nikki and Brie Bella. Now, I guess I'll be the asshole. So my understanding is there was an injury related to the Bella sisters, and I can't remember which one was hurt. There was some rumors that that one of them isn't going to be ready to go, and they were talking about like possibly bringing in like Io Sky and Kairi Sane. But I think that for that to happen, Asuka and Kyrie would have to have their breakup, right?
Yep.
That hasn't happened. So I don't think that's going to happen. So I think it's going to be the Bellas. Again, I want that's like 1, 2, 3 tag teams in the ring at the same time. Could be interesting. But honestly, it's not scratching my itch, man. I don't know.
Not at all, man. And we can we can do a whole nother deep dive or podcast on the lack of tag teams and just natural tag teams and the lack of women's and men's. Neither of them are really, other than the Bella Twins, neither of them are really organic tag teams.
Yeah.
Kind of just thrown together.
Yeah.
I think I'm just interested to see Lash. I think she's up and coming. I think she has some tons of talent, and I see her as kind of maybe, whatever happens with this, maybe she doesn't win. They don't win the tag team championship, but I think she put her in the mix as a single for a strap in the near future.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And I also like Nia Jax too. I think that she has improved in her craft a lot.
She gets a lot of heat, and I don't agree with the heat.
Yeah. I mean, she's taking bumps too, right? Like,
absolutely.
She's taking some big bumps.
And for a big girl like that to wrestle the way she does, I mean, she's uber talented, man. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. And she's repping, they had this talents of Samoan wrestlers, and, she's part of that legacy too. I see retention here. Honestly, I will say this. I will feel very good for Bailey, because Bailey is known to be a very good person, and she's known to be like really positive in the locker room, and she's a mentor to the young wrestlers. I personally value that a lot. So I would feel good for Bailey and Lyra if they walked out with it. But my money is on a retention here. I think there's more to do with Nia Jax and Lash Legend, in my opinion.
I think so. And like I said, Nia, I think she's a great monster heel in the women's division.
Mm-hmm.
As a single, like I said, don't see any of those really as tag teams.
No, 100%. Okay, I'm gonna let you talk this one because you got strong opinions on this one, dude. Maybe you and I disagree on this, and that'll be good for our listeners to hear us debate this one a little bit. So you and I are aligned on Gunther. We're good.
Gunther and Seth Rollins. Who came up with this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm more of a Seth Rollins guy than you are, so I want to hear kind of what you think.
Well, you put anybody with a Gunther, and I'm a fan, whoever he's wrestling. I like Seth Rollins, man. I really do, dude. And he did the podcast with the Shay, and I like Seth Rollins, man. He's a good dude. I remember, man, and this is back when Dan Le Batard, I'm not sure if you know who he is.
Yeah.
The Le Batard
Miami
show,
guy.
right? Miami guy with when he was with ESPN, he'd have Seth Rollins on there almost on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
And like Seth, man, he's good at what he does. He's a little annoying, I think, but he's just good at what he does. He can do babyface, he can do heel. I think, again, but this match is just kind of thrown together at the last minute. It's just a filler match. It does nothing for either wrestler.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it might be in fans, because a lot of people like Gunther. I don't know why, but a lot of people like Gunther. And like weeks ago online, just all these fans were like, "Where's Gunther? You have a WrestleMania without Gunther. Like, what are you doing?" And then at the last minute, you see Rollins and Gunther, so
Yeah.
kind of thrown together.
Yeah. I mean, for Rollins, he was injured for probably most of the buildup, right? So again, this is like it used to be that if there wasn't like some sort of compelling storyline, you didn't get into Mania. This is where we are now. This is about putting the stars in there and shoving them together for a match. This is a match between 2 stars. Like, I don't care. At the end of the day, if Gunther chokes out Seth Rollins, I don't care. If Seth Rollins chokes out Gunther, don't care, because there's not a story to it now. Seth has the. I mean, I'm a big Seth Rollins guy. I love the guy personally, and I would just I guess in my dream of dreams, someday he's just going to kick CM Punk's ass in a WrestleMania headliner because
That would be great, man. That should have been the build-up, bro. But Seth, I think was hurt. But that Seth, I think that Seth Rollins, CM Punk, I see after WrestleMania, maybe that being a storyline.
I mean, Becky Lynch and AJ Lee are doing it. Why not Seth Rollins?
Right.
And they've done it. They've done it throughout their career. They faced each other. And they've wrestled together. I think fans want to see those two bury the hatchet. I think fans want to see those guys because I don't think this is kayfabe. I think those guys really don't like each other.
No, they don't. They were like friends at one point. Like Seth Rollins had let CM Punk like sleep on his couch for months on end.
The story is sad, actually.
Yeah, and then CM Punk leaves, and he just like the way Seth tells it, he just goes ghost on everybody that ever helped him.
Yeah, and I still hold on to it. That Raw, it wasn't the Raw. It was a lead up to the first Raw where basically Punk came out and Seth came out, and it was not, dude. That was Colby and Phil talking. That was not CM Punk and Seth Rollins talking, dude. That was a serious promo. That was heated. So that would be something that I would like must see TV. I'm not going to miss that. But
that's a shoot all. That's a shoot all day. That's a shoot all day. Yeah.
All right, man. This is the one that I am, and this is the final one. This is the one that's, I think, ripe for a wild card, and that is undisputed WWE Championship with Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. End of day one.
Yep. Like I said, we talked about it. I think Pat McAfee is doing his job. Top tier mic skills. He's doing it, and he's doing it well. He flipped from, as a commentator, babyface all day long. Loved him as a commentator. I think he was one of the best commentators. Like, he was so good as a commentator. And now he turned heel with Randy Orton as a wrestler, right? Or as Randy Orton's guy. There's so many angles to it, I think. But he was kind of thrown in there at the last minute, it feels like, because there was no build up to Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was no build up. There was no heat there. And so they kind of threw McAfee in the last minute. I think they wrote McAfee a check big enough to take some of his time to help it out.
The business of the business isn't just as intriguing as what goes on in the ring and behind the mic. And as we mentioned earlier, we alluded to earlier, I think that the hidden story about McAfee's return is something I would love to be on a fly on the wall for the boardroom where that decision was made. If that was
McAfee moves the needle. I don't care what people say.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, he does. And you always mention this because I always kind of like shit on like stars coming into WrestleMania. And quite frankly, all the marks complaining about that, it's kind of a tired act. Like, you have to accept it at this point.
WrestleMania, the first WrestleMania had Cyndi Lauper, Mr. T. Like, come on now.
Yeah. So if you're looking at people that can really move the needle in pop culture, well, McAfee's the guy. And certainly in sports. Okay, you want to sell out WrestleMania 20 times over, you bring Stephen A in and watch Stephen A get his ass whipped in the ring. Okay, now that would, but you see what I'm saying? McAfee can do that, right?
McAfee can do that. And McAfee's an athlete too. He's wrestled before and he's done okay. Dude's a straight athlete and just top tier mic skills, man. Like, I think he's honestly, mic skills, I think he's better than CM Punk. We may disagree on that, but he gets the crowd going, and again, at the end of the day, I say it every podcast, WWE is a publicly traded company. Whatever moves the needle, they're going to do. And whatever makes their investors money, they're going to do. And McAfee's going to do that. Just him coming out, hey, 25% off from now until a Monday Night SmackDown for all WrestleMania tickets. I guarantee that moved the needle. I guarantee that helped sell out or close to sell out WrestleMania.
And sucks to be the marks who purchased their WrestleMania tickets like the day after WrestleMania 41. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, that's this is an interesting one, and this is the one where I think, okay, the storyline, two veterans, both guys coming from wrestling royalty, both guys are Hall of Famers for sure, and Cody is Cody and Randy is Randy. Randy Orton, the Viper, you never know what he's gonna do. Cody Rhodes is usually a pretty safe bet. If Cody does something crazy, that could be really interesting. And, I would love to see a Cody Rhodes heel turn. That would
me too, bro.
That would keep me interested for next year.
It's right for it, man. Cody Rhodes as a babyface has run his course. Has run his course. 100% has.
Yeah. So
And I think Randy can be a babyface anytime he wants.
Yeah.
Randy's good like that. People like Randy. He's just a likable dude.
Yeah.
And so I think, Cody going heel would be like, there's a wild card in there somewhere. One thing I don't like is Jelly Roll in that mix. It's just cringe. It's so cringe.
Yeah.
I guess it moves the needle for, non-wrestling people that are just kind of pop culture interested in WrestleMania. But man, it's just cringe to me, dude.
I mean, and going back to, I agree. For all the wrong, they've, of all these athletes, of all these celebrities here, he's the one, in my opinion, that is the best argument for the people who hate celebrities in WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
McAfee is actually the worst argument because it's in Indianapolis. That's Pat McAfee's town. And if they're trying to make sure there's not an empty seat in Lucas Oil Stadium, having Pat McAfee say, hey, we're dropping ticket prices to his, Indianapolis town, from a business perspective, that's a damn good move, right?
Absolutely.
And that's a good use of a celebrity talent. And the guy's good. He's wrestled before, as you said. He's got the skills. So it's going to be interesting to see where I got my eyes on Cody Rhodes for this one. The other question I wanted to ask you is, what's the future for Randy in the business, man? Like, I hate seeing him show up and be a prop. I know that's part of the business. You're supposed to put over the next generation. I understand that. But like, this guy is top 10.
He's done everything, man. He's done everything. There's nothing else for him to do.
Yeah. I don't know how much is this going to be his last WrestleMania? Who knows? Right.
Who knows? Yeah.
And you think it's Randy's style to go out like John Cena, to have a big, like, Randy Orton's thing?
I don't think so. No. Yeah, no.
That's not his style. So I don't know. I can see him, maybe this could be his last WrestleMania. It's in the back of my mind, right? And
could be.
He's had some good manias. He's had some great moments.
Because there's really nothing else for him to do. He's done everything, man. He's carried every belt. He's done babyface. He's done heel. I really don't know where he's going to go from here,
Tease out our factions and tag teams. We could talk a little bit about his run with Evolution, which on paper was the most stacked faction ever.
Yep, absolutely.
And like, he was so young, but, forget that was a long time ago, man.
Yep. Yeah.
He's grown so much. He was immature, I know, when he first came in. Who wasn't? But like, I got my eyes on Cody for this one. A heel turn would actually get me really excited about what's coming on after Mania.
Yeah. I think he could do it, man. I really do. And then, just the persona, I think he could do it, man. He dyes his hair blonde, right? Like, dye it black.
Yeah. He could
wear that mask that he has, wear that out, right? And just go dark. I think he could do it.
Pick up some new gear. Definitely need a new intro song. That's not going to work for a heel, which that'd be tough because the fans love that, man. But if he does sometime as a heel, and then at some point he's going to turn babyface again, he's going to come back out as Cody Rhodes, and you're going to get this massive like injection of energy into the business. I think it's how you keep your talent relevant, keep them hot, let them cycle in and cycle out. So
yeah.
Well, that's the card, man. Looking after going with that discussion, I guess my opinion is not really changed. It's a stacked card with lots of really good talent. I think the storylines have been kind of blah to see, kind of like how the business kind of positions the product moving forward beyond Mania. This is where the table is set for the rest of the year. So interesting, man.
Yeah, it just seems like Mania is more content, like just a content factory, a spot factory, and not a payoff show. I think the last WrestleMania payoff, honestly, was Cody Rhodes finishing his story.
That's right.
With Roman.
Yeah.
A few years ago. That was the last one that was just a payoff where you're just like, whew, finally happened.
What's your prediction about the biggest freaking event that's going to take place? Looking at these matches, what's the one where you're like, dude, that's going to be the one that people are going to remember 42 for?
Good question, man. If Cody goes heel, I think it's going to be that. I think I would love for Triple H or The Rock or a legend to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
Not in that match, but I like I said earlier, we could see, I would love to see Triple H get involved with the CM Punk and screw CM Punk over, since they have beef and they don't like each other.
Mm-hmm.
And they've had, decades of beef. I would like to see something wild card like that. I think whatever that wild card is, hopefully it's good. And hopefully that's what everybody's talking about.
Good call, man. The more I think about it, that makes sense. Fans, all wrestling fans, love a boss screwing over the freaking workers storyline.
Yeah.
And
Stone Cold and Vince, man, that was the greatest Yeah, it was the greatest of all time almost,
And
man.
you can almost see it. You can almost see it, man. Like, because that what you're doing is you're giving CM Punk a gift because he can. That's square in his wheelhouse, man. And
Yeah.
with the ticket prices, the WWE can turn, or TKO and the WWE can turn that into an advantage, right? By basically making CM Punk like the people's wrestler,
Yep, absolutely.
you know, and letting him go political and letting him be CM Punk. And then
Anti-establishment CM
Yeah.
Punk, right?
let Stephanie McMahon and Triple H freaking do what their father-in-law and father did, which is like you represent the business interest and we're going to set up some beef. I think that prediction is that I'm telling you, man, I can really see the Roman Reigns thing. I can see it happening. We'll come back to this conversation, but I am now, you give me something to be excited about, man, because Cody Rhodes turning heel and Punk dropping the strap.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it, and like that's a spitball dream, man. But are they going to do it, or are they just going to play it safe? Does Triple H want any part of that? Who knows? Would he rather just still be behind the scenes, doing what he does?
Yeah,
there was talk about Triple H stepping down after the WrestleMania.
There have been some rumors about that.
There are some rumors about that. Vince coming back. I don't think Vince is coming back.
No way.
Yeah, he was 108 years old, man.
Yeah. I mean, and maybe that's a whole like podcast episode we can do is like, what's the succession plan for Triple H? If Triple H were to step down, or if far less likely he were to be sacked, like who would fill that role? That would be an interesting discussion. I will say this, man. Again, full transparency. I don't watch AEW. Okay. I don't have time for it, but there is a growing number of people out there that are saying that AEW is actually, from a storyline perspective, is actually putting out a better product than WWE right now. Again, I don't have time.
Yeah, I wish I had time to check it out, dude.
But like, I don't know. I think that what I do believe is that I think that competition is real. There's a lot of money over there with Tony Khan. You saw the stuff going on with Ric Flair. I don't know if you saw that or not this past week.
No, I didn't see it.
So Flair had another crash out on social media, except it wasn't like a drunken like crash out. This was him like waking up in the morning being genuinely mad. And what I think happened is that, are you familiar with the brand Roots of Fight?
Yeah.
So this is a Roots of Fight. So Flair had a whole line of clothing. I own every single bit of it.
Oh, now I know what you're talking about. How the WWE was not letting him.
Right. And they weren't, because I guess it's a business arrangement between Roots of Fight and WWE, not Roots of Fight and Ric Flair. And I guess WWE is not allowing Ric Flair to participate in the next line of clothing that comes out. And he was pissed about that, right? And he teed off on WWE. And he said, because I guess he's working for AEW now as kind of a consultant, and he was heaping all kinds of praise on Tony Khan, saying Tony Khan's the man. He is, everyone knows that Rick is not Rick anymore, but like when Ric Flair like gives you that kind of an endorsement at the expense of WWE,
because he still collecting a check from WWE with merch sales, and he has a Legends contract. I'm sure he does.
Oh, I'm sure. And then you got that, and then you've got like some current talent, like talking about ticket prices. You've got McAfee coming out talking about the product. And I know it's not a shoot, it's a work, but there's a narrative that is starting to form, which is maybe WWE is basically missing the mark right now. And I wonder if like, maybe there's going to be some opportunity for some competition, and I think you and I discussed this. Competition's good. It's good in business.
Absolutely.
It's good.
The business was the best when WCW and WWF Monday Night Wars, man. Like that was the best. That was the best business. That was the best. The golden era for wrestling to me. Like that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, WWE, given all of these different like forces, these social and economic forces, I think WWE needs to start thinking a little bit more creatively and need to start coming out with the next big thing. Like what era are we in right now? The Netflix era? What era are we in right now? There's not the
USA TV era if you want to watch,
right. But we're not in the Attitude Era. We're not in the ruthless aggression era right now.
Yeah.
We're just kind of, as you said, 2 shows a night and then a big production, a cool production, WrestleMania, as some of the smaller promotions right now are maybe doing some edgier things or trying new things. And I think it's good for the business. I think it's good for WWE. And I hope that that's why I think it comes back to your thing about like CM Punk could end up being one of the most important people on the roster because he can introduce a new era of him being like the people's wrestler. And I don't know.
Yeah, no, I like it, man. I like it a lot. I think it has legs. If they decide to do it, it definitely has legs, man.
Yeah.
Man, I think one thing that will have legs if they decide to do is just bring back a couple factions.
Yeah.
Or create a couple factions from this WrestleMania, or even tag teams. Missing tag teams, man. We're missing factions. We're missing, Bloodline. We're missing Evolution. We're missing these. Man, there's just nothing to hold on to, man, to cling to anymore.
Yeah.
It seems like.
Yeah. And honestly, like, and perhaps you're right, the factions and bringing some tag teams, bringing some managers. Those are things that really kind of resonate with guys like you and me, because that's what we grew up with. Right.
Yeah.
But then you got all this new talent here. You've got all this new talent, Javon, you've got Stephanie.
Well, we didn't talk about Sami Zayn and Lemon Pepper Stepper.
We did not talk about freaking Zayn and Lemon Pepper Stepper, man. We should talk about that. That makes me feel like a jerk. It's also possibly,
good.
Maybe that's an indictment on the WWE.
No, this car is so stacked, man.
U.S. Championship, like Trick Williams. I'm a huge Trick Williams fan, and my money is clearly on him.
Well, yeah, Sammy's going to put him over. Sammy has, I don't know what happened with Sammy, and I think it's probably not Sammy's fault. I think it's the writer's fault, but Sammy's getting booed every time he comes out. People are tired of him. People are like, like him putting the strap on Sammy, and then Trick getting the strap is obviously again, we come to this WrestleMania, we know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Sammy's putting Trick over.
Yeah.
And then Trick's going to have a run as the best champion.
Good title to hold. Trick can go. Trick is very talented. I'm a big Trick Williams fan. He's funny as
I think Trick and Javon Evans, like that would be a good run, because both of them can just wrestle like no one's business.
That's right. Do you think we're going to see any play from R-Truth, The Miz into this, little comedy? Where can they inject?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Both are great, man. Both are great when it comes to comedy, when it comes to mic skills. R-Truth, man. Who doesn't love R-Truth? And then The Miz, man, he's so good on the mic, man. He's so good on the mic. So
it's so funny. Like, The Miz is a genius, man. Like a straight up genius. He plays his role and he plays it very well. And then when he's not in character and he's doing shoots, the people who don't like him, he gives them more ammunition, because I think that's kind of how he is in real life, man. Like
I think he's like that in real life. And that's what makes it great, is just these guys are, when they just an extension of themselves in real life, like Stone Cold, like The Rock, it just plays well, man. And
turned up at 10, right?
Absolutely. Like when Paul Heyman was talking about New Jack, they said New Jack, like his normal was 10. When he got into wrestling, they had to turn it. Or no, his normal was like 15. When he wrestled, they had to turn down to 10.
That's right. Yeah. I don't know, man. Well, I'm going to be, for night 2, I'm going to be watching baseball. I have a live game to go to. However, I will be tracking at night 1. I will be on, so we can we can text back and forth. Maybe I'll do a little live tweeting. And yeah, hey, dude, I don't care how. At the end of the day, you and I are probably on the same sheet of music here. It doesn't matter how crappy we think it's going to be. I think you and I have been fair. We haven't said it's going to be crappy. We also said
no, not at all.
Awesome. We've been fair.
Yeah.
But even if we said it was crappy, I'm still tuning in. It's WrestleMania.
Oh, absolutely, man. And there's so much talent, man. Like I said, these wrestlers are top tier. There's so much talent. Every match, these guys are just uber talented. It's just I put the fault at WWE, TKO, and just storyline. There's no long-term storyline. There's no payoffs for any of these, really. Unless I'm just not seeing something.
Yeah.
There's no huge payoff for any of these matches. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to watch, man. Definitely going to support, man. These guys are insane athletes. Do a great job. All of them top of their game. It's just, there's no storylines.
Yeah. Well, it's great talking to you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Just a quick reminder to our viewers, we appreciate your support. You can help us by liking and subscribing. It feeds the algorithm, lets the wrestling community know that we're out there. And if you have any topics, deep dives on wrestlers you want us to do, let us know in the comment section and we'll do it. I think Charles and I, we love to hear your thoughts and feedback, pushback. Tell us we're smarks. Tell us we're morons. We welcome it all. Just don't be too ugly.
No, absolutely, man. And I always say that, we do this for fun. We are got full-time jobs and big boy responsibilities. We do this for fun. We do this as a break from the noise of everything, whether it's our jobs, whether it's politics, whatever's going on in the world. And this is our break. And I know it's most of our listeners' break as well. They're probably, similar avatars as us. So please engage with us. We enjoy, like I said, I'm grateful as hell for any views that we get or any type of interaction we get. That's not why we do it, obviously, but we do it as a break from our real life. But, this just feeds the algorithm and just makes what we do better.
Yeah, 100%. And special shout out to Be a Friday, who will be performing on the sidelines of WrestleMania.
Yeah, I was looking at those cards. I was looking at that card. I was looking at a few other cards that they're wrestling outside. They're wrestling in Vegas as like outside the arena, obviously. Yeah, it's intriguing. Very intriguing.
Dude, I'm telling you, I think next year might be the year where we just go. Maybe we can't drop the cash, but we just go and check out the vibe and check out the fan experiences and check out the independent matches on the sidelines. I think that'd be a lot of fun, and do some people watching while we're out there. Maybe we can do some on the street like interviews for the podcast. That'd be kind of
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. And I think that, and probably my last point, and we can go, but the last point is, okay, so tickets are the price of what they are, right? Say you get a decent seat, $500, $1,000 a seat, whatever. So you drop a couple thousand on seats. But I think being in Vegas 2 years in a row is played out. Vegas is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, like, good luck getting a hotel for less than $500 a night during WrestleMania.
100%.
You're probably staying at Circus. I can imagine what Fontainebleau hotels are right now.
Yeah,
probably $1,000 a night, right?
Yeah.
And so, and then everything that comes with Vegas, right? Food. You're gonna hit the slot machines a little bit. You may hit the blackjack tables. You're probably coming out of pocket $10K minimum with everything, right? Fan experience. You want to see your favorite wrestler. You got to pay a couple $100 just to get a photo with a guy. Me going, I'm probably budgeting 10 to 15,000 dropping just to go, right? And in this day and age, who can afford that?
Yeah. I mean,
right. Not too many people can afford that. People don't have that money.
And
nowadays, with the prices being so high of everything, gas and you name it.
And the wrestling fans typically are blue collar working people. And it's not me getting on a soapbox and trying to make myself out to be like I'm a freaking yuppie who lives in DC, dude. All right. But I didn't grow up like that. And wrestling was part of my childhood, and wrestling, if they want any future, you'd be wrong to make this a white collar freaking fan base. It's a shot across the bow of the WWE, man. If you make it so prohibitive that people can't afford to go to it, that only yuppies can go to it, and wealthy people, it's dead.
Absolutely, it's dead. Absolutely. It's gotten away from its roots. It's gotten away from its DNA. And yeah, it's going to die. It truly will die.
Yeah, 100%. So anyway, on that positive note.
Yeah. No, all good, man. Shit.
Talk to you.
I know everybody, we're saying what everybody's thinking or saying it as well. So,
and guess what? Consumers have a vote. I mean, if you can afford to go, I can't, but if you can afford to go, okay, you can choose not to go. And if WWE is having to beg people to fill seats, that's a form of activism, right? I know that is idealism 101, but WWE, that's the kind of thing that should be sold out like week one of it going on sale. And here they are, still trying to sell seats, man.
Still trying to sell seats. I don't think it's sold out yet.
I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
And most of the seats that sold, they're put on the resale market.
Yeah. And
so they're not truly sold.
That's true. And let's have it right. If you go on a resale market, and I don't want to get us sued for saying stuff that's not true, but I'll just speak broadly. You know how the resale market goes. It's the sticker price plus whatever profit margin that the seller wants to make, plus the processing fees. I mean, it's astronomical, man. The next thing you know, like, you're getting a really crappy seat. Look at the Final Four. I was like, cool. I'm sorry, the regionals here in DC. I'm gonna go check that out. Hell no. They were asking for $1,000, man, over $1,000 in the four levels.
So there's a hack to that.
Oh, is that right?
There's a hack to it, and I do it for Spurs tickets here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do it for Raw last time, but if you wait, literally, like you have what happens is you have people waiting in the parking lot right before a Spurs game, like you're talking like 15, 20 minutes before start,
And it drops.
and it drops because people are trying to offload tickets. And so you can a lot of times get a pretty good deal.
Okay.
If you're already there, and if you want to risk it, maybe or maybe not getting a ticket that you like. But yeah, it's kind of a hack.
It's kind of like flying Space A in the military.
Right. Absolutely.
You have to be ready to wait 3 or 4 days and
You have to be flexible.
and you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's very interesting. Well, maybe that's what we should do. We should go.
I plan to do it for the Spurs playoff games, man, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Well, next year, WrestleMania, we go there. We'll go there. We'll cover indies. We can do man on the street interviews. We can showcase like what WrestleMania is like, the vibe.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm down.
talk to a little talent. And then you and I can sit there outside the venue, like at the very last minute. If we hit a budget, okay, we're going, dude.
I'm really interested in what where they're going to have it next year.
I don't know.
They can't have it in Vegas 3 years in a row.
I don't know.
I mean, yes, they could, but it's played out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Time for another Madison Square Garden WrestleMania, man.
That would be cool.
Yeah. That would also be expensive.
I think Houston, man, just because it's close to me, it'd be easy for me to drive out.
Houston would be good. San Antonio, great spot. San Antonio,
Bro, we get
in the country now.
We got the Alamo Dome, plenty of room. I mean, Alamo Dome's old, but we did a Royal Rumble a couple years ago, sold out. Everything wrestling here in South Texas is sold out, man, because there's so much wrestling DNA in South Texas.
Yeah. Interesting. All right, bro. Well,
Cool, man.
You are the man. I can't wait to do this again, but we should do one after Mania, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do one after Mania. Absolutely, just recap WrestleMania and our thoughts on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But
We get to realize how we can either celebrate, say we are the smartest marks in the world, or we can say, man, we're the dumbest marks in the world, or man, WWE sucks. We're moving to AEW.
right,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think that'll ever happen, man, because I'm a fan of the wrestlers, man, more than the product.
Right.
I'm not one of those marks, and we're not one of those marks that are gonna shit talk or shit on wrestlers because they put their body on the line for our entertainment.
100%.
But the overall product, the WWE, yeah, I'm gonna shit. Listen, man, they get my hard-earned money, as you can see, of all my mark shit around me. I have full, and they're a publicly traded company. Oh yeah, they're gonna get it. But the wrestlers themselves, no, man, they're putting their bodies on the line for our entertainment, man. So I'm gonna always support them.
You're the man, Charles.
Cool, man.
All right,
Good seeing you, brother.
Yeah.
Yep.
Take care.